Is 179. We are in that day of 7. This is the day of Netzach. This is the celestial designing energy. We are in that beautiful Venusian energy. 7 deals with Libra, the Libra house. This is dealing with our interpersonal relationships, our bonds and contracts. Marriages is heavy here. What you want in an interpersonal relationship, what you need and require in a long-term relationship is a big energy here for the 7. 7 dealing with Netzach and the celestial designers is you're making everything all pretty and beauty. Still dealing with that Venusian energy. 7 is the number of God, dealing with the open scales of law, justice, truth, and righteousness. So moving in truth, being honest about things, keeping your heart as light as a feather, and that Libra air energy with the 7s is a big thing here as well. What we doing, Sunshine? We doing the mathematics. I had to do it over again because my first video was muted. So we here. So we're going to take that 7. We're going to take that Netzach, the God energy, the law, justice, truth, and righteousness, the interpersonal relationships, bonds, all the things that you need. We're going to put it into this month of 1. This is the month of Ketters. This is the month of knowledge, the cardinal energy. Aries, Mars energy rules over the first house. This is the gut that controls the mind. Everything starts with the thought, okay? 1 also deals with that taking initiative with that knowledge, with the Ketters, which is associated with Aquarius energy. So we're in that space of taking initiative, getting the knowledge, and taking action with the knowledge. So we're going to get that 7. We're going to get this, we're going to get the balance, the harmony, justice, truth. We're talking about interpersonal relationships, what we want, what we're willing to do to have them, woo wop. And we're going to put it into that 1 of knowledge and cardinal energy and going for it. And what's it going to do is going to create an 8, of course, which is transformation in your solar plexus chakra. Now we're in the space of celestial enforcement. And 8 deals with Sebek energy. So when we're dealing with Sebek, this is the celestial technician, which is a little bit more detail oriented than the celestial designer of 7. Because 7 with Venus is just like the beauty of things. It's like writing a sentence. But when you get to 8, which is Sebek, Hod, Mercury energy, when we're dealing with the Netarus and the Kabbalah, now you're dealing with the celestial technician, which is like now we're adding the details to the sentence. This is the subject, this is the predicate, this is the noun, the adverb, or whatever. We start classifying, separating things accordingly. Ashe? Okay. So now we're at this 8 of transformation. This is also Oya energy. This is being mindful of the dramatics. High highs make low lows. The goal is to be the homeostasis in the middle. Again, when we're dealing with 8, we're also dealing with Pluto energy. That's when we get into the solar plexus chakra. And we start manipulating things in our space to be in alignment with that 7 and that 1 that we put together to get to that 8. Okay, so we're going to take this 8 of transformation, building and destroying, rebirth, empowerment, sexual, sensual, power couple energy, because we don't put that 1 and we don't went for that 7, so now we're at this 8, and then we're going to take this 8 and we're going to put it into the year of 9. That 9 is all about giving birth. This is the year of manifesting. This is the year of completion and wholeness. 9 is associated with Jupiter energy and the Sagittarius vibes, which is expansion, abundance, joy, optimism. Be mindful of overindulgences and addictions this year, because that can be real heavy. When we deal with 9 in the Kabbalah, we're dealing with Yesod. This is the moon energy. Now we're dealing with the divine celestial womb, giving birth. So either way, whether you're dealing with the 9 of Jupiter Sagittarius or the 9 of moon Yesod energy, all set, you are still in the space of reproduction, giving birth, giving life to what it is that you want to see in your space. Go 49ers. You know what? It might be a good time. I'm not much of a football watcher, but this might be a good time for the 49ers because they do have a 9 in there, okay? Anything with a 9 in there is a great space to be in when it comes to manifesting. Hopefully the 49ers are not walking around with doubt in their mind, because if they are, they will manifest that. So write them a letter. This is not the space and time to have doubts in your mind, okay? But we're going to take that 8 of transformation and empowerment, and we're going to put that into this year of 9 of giving birth, being optimistic, expansion and abundance, because of course we want to expand in abundance on this beautiful, powerful, sensual, sexual, God body relationship and bonds and these contracts that we've been working on, right? And so that's going to bring us back to 1 and 7. So you notice the pattern. We added the 1 and 7 together. We put it into the 9 to give birth. And what did it do? It gave us back the 1 and 7 in a different way, but still in the same way, right? So 9 is also a reminder. This is the energy of manifesting and harvesting. You reap what you sow this year. So sow like you're going to reap it. That is the what do you call it, the mantra of the year of 9. Okay, so be mindful of what you put up into the cosmos. Be mindful of your thought process when you manifesting, where your heart is at, because you definitely want to align your heart chakra with your sacral chakra, because that those nakshatras are ruled by Venus. So you say things with all your might and all your heart with your tongue, and you make things come into fruition in that manner. So being in that level of mindfulness is heavy. Okay, so we get the 1 and 7 back. So we're getting the knowledge, we're getting the bonds and contracts and the Libra energy back, because we put it up into the cosmos and we said, hey, this is what I want, and they were like, hey, that's what you get then. So overall, today's the day of 8. Today is the day of transformation, death, and rebirth. Today is the day of the solar plexus chakra. Today is the day of Oya energy. So, moving at realms of Oya with the solar plexus chakra, bringing things into our space. Sexuality, sensuality, power couple energy is heavy here. Okay. And so now that we got the numbers and we know we're on 8, 8 is also Sebek, the celestial technicians, paying attention to detail and labeling things within our space, classifying things accordingly. Now let's talk about the astrological astronomical report. We start the day at a 52% wax and gibbous moon. So, we had the first quarter moon yesterday. So now we've gone from building intangible things to today. Now we're building actual tangible physical things in our space. Okay, moon rising at 11:42 a.m. and setting at 12:34 a.m. On the tropical as well as the draconic, our mind and our soul are in alignment in Aries, giving us that solar plexus chakra energy of the celestial enforcer, enforcing our internal law. Being methodical, being motivated, being triggered is heavy here. In our energy exchanges, we're still in Pisces, so we're in that energy exchange of you know being delusional. Imagination is heavy here. When you're in the process of manifesting the things that you want, it's very important to have your mindset set on, what does it look like, what does it feel like, ooh, why. And that's why in the stream reading we're going to read The Secret, because I'm going to help y'all manifest in this year or 9, y'all. So as far as the constellations go, we are in the Revati Nakshatra, and the Revati Nakshatra is the 27th and final Nakshatra in Vedic astrology. Okay, it spans from 16 degrees Pisces to 30 degrees Pisces and is ruled by Mercury. Its presiding deity is Pushan, the god of nourishment, prosperity, and protection. And Revati is associated with spiritual nourishment, compassion, and the end of a journey, both literal and spiritual. And when the moon transits through this nakshatra, it brings out the qualities related to emotional healing, compassionate action, and a sense of completion. Um, and Its influences by Mercury, the planet of communication, intellect, and processing information, bringing us back to today being the day of 8, which is Sabak, which is Mercurian energy, the celestial technician. Okay, this gives Ravati the unique ability to connect emotions with intellectual clarity and communication. Saying things with all that mind, all that heart, make it true. Ashe. Through this connection is often expressed through nurturing and supportive means. Okay, the deity is the symbol is the drum. Um, a two-sided drum that produces sound. It represents the rhythms of life, the sound of creation, and the ability to bring people together through communication, celebration, and community. It also represents spiritual resonance, signifying how Ravati calls forth the divine rhythm of the world. The deity is Pushan, which we said, and it's the god of nourishment and protection and prosperity. And Pushan's role is to ensure the nourishment of both the physical body and the spiritual body, offering a sense of security and growth. The Pushan is the guardian of travelers, indicating that Ravati is often linked with journeys, whether physical or spiritual, through growth and completion. Okay, so that is what the moon is doing, and all that's happening in the 7th house on this day of 7. So the 7th house is dealing with that Libra energy of bonds and contracts, law, justice, truth, and righteousness. Sunrise today is at 7:21 a.m. Sunset at 4:50 p.m. And the tropical chart in our mindset, we start the day off at a 17-degree Capricorn at 1 and 7, still being a central theme here. Thank you for heart in the screen, Beanie. I appreciate you, love. So still having that knowledge on the interpersonal relationships, bonds, and contracts. Now we have the 17-degree applying to Capricorn energy, which is the root chakra. The challenges that we experience to help us create a new discipline, a routine, self-management, all that stuff like that. So you may come across some different challenges in your thought process and your experiences on how you're going to embark on these interpersonal relationships and bonds and contracts. But those challenges that come in your mind are not there to discourage you or be intrusive thoughts to like deter you away, but to show you like what it is you need to pay attention to and prepare for. So like embrace those things, Ashe. And that is considered the Makarta Raishi. So I started getting into, like I told you, I would be expanding these daily mathematics, and that's why we're going to be more live about it. But the Rashis are, so how the Hindu calendar works is the moon goes through the nakshatras, right? We have 27 nakshatras, sometimes 28. And that is the lunar mansions that the moon goes through. And in the midst of that, we also have the solar calendar. So Hindu does a blend of both, of the lunar and the solar. So while the moon is going through the nakshatras are divisions of the rashis, which is the 12 zodiacs that the sun goes through. Okay, so the Rashi for Capricorn, which is our thought process right now, is ruled by the earth element, of course. The Graha, or the ruling planet, is Saturn, of course. And the traits are being disciplined, ambitious, practical, and patient, being hardworking, valuing structure, stability, and success, often focused on long term goals. The date for, this is up until like January 19th. The ruling deity is Shani. Saturn is associated with discipline, hard work, and material success, which mirrors their determination, responsibility, and ambitious nature. And now, when we get into the Vedic chart, now we're getting into the energy exchanges of things, right? And the energy exchanges of our experiences. We start the day off at a 22-degree Sagittarius constellation. 22 is the number of mastery, the master architect. So today is a great day to not only in your mindset be thinking about the challenges that are going to come to your 17, taking action on those bonds and contracts and interpersonal relationships, but in your energy exchanges, you're actually like creating a foundation of abundance and expansion coming back into that nine. Somebody wrote 49ers up here, and being at a 22-degree Sagittarius, that's essentially another way of writing 49. So, being a master architect of your sacral chakra and what brings you joy and creativity, and start building or manifesting that into the physical. If there's something that you really want into your physical space, allow this energy of nine to help bring that, because you notice the pattern. Whatever you put into the nine, you're going to get right back. And we're doing it all year long, okay? Yes, I do beat on my stuff because I love it here. And thank you for seeing me and receiving me and hitting those hearts. I really appreciate you, love. Um, so when we get into the nakshatra that the sun is in at this moment, let's go back up. We are in the Pur Bashada nakshatra, and I'm going to read that one off to you as well. Mm. This is the 20th of the 27 nakshatras in Vedic astrology, spanning from 13 degrees Sagittarius to 26 degrees. It is a nakshatra that is ruled by the planet Venus. I told you guys our heart chakra and our sacral are connected. And the deity Appa, the goddess of water and purification. Purvashada is a symbol of the earring or tusk of an elephant, which highlights the themes of strength, protection, and purification. And we're talking about the sun right now. When the sun is going through here, we're dealing with experiences of expansion, optimism, and philosophical outlook. It brings a sense of adventure, seeking knowledge, and a love for freedom. This brings in, with Venus being in alignment, brings in the qualities of beauty, pleasure, art, and love, bringing us back to the seven Netzach, the celestial designer. And so when we get into the Rashi of that the sun is in, because hey newbie Ray, because while it's in that nakshatra, it's still in a Rashi, and we're going to talk about it. It's in Danu, and that is considered Sagittarius. And its element is fire, of course. Jupiter is ruling, and being adventurous, philosophical, independent. Sagittarians are freedom loving individuals who seek knowledge, travel in truth, and often enthusiastic and full of energy. This energy goes from, what's a little different here because we're talking about the Vedic calendar. The Vedic calendar usually stays the same until about the 17th of the month. So January 17th is when we'll start to go into the Capricorn constellation. So for a few days we'll be aligned in the tropical, Vedic, and Draconic. in Capricorn from like the 17th to like the 22nd, 23rd of the month is usually when we have all three placements in alignment as far as that overall energy goes. So that's exciting. We got it there. Let me put my laptop on the charger. Um, but that's what that's doing there. And so the moon is closest distance to the earth at 8:15 p.m. This is called perigee, astronomically speaking. The moon and Chiron are at 19 degrees in Aries. So Chiron is the asteroid of the wounded healer. The this is these are the areas of your life where you need to transmute your wounds into a strength. So journaling about your personal Chiron placements, whether on tropical, Vedic, Draconic, and your natal to your progressive chart, would behoove you at the moment. So I would look into that. um you know Having some insight on some of your wounds that need to be healed, especially in your pursuit of manifesting some things in your space, because sometimes it's your wounds that's being the intrusive thoughts and getting in the way of you really manifesting those things in your space, right? Mars enters Cancer Zodiac. That happens this morning at 7 a.m. Mars is the planet that rules over the solar plexus chakra. This is our ambition. Miles, can you be careful? This Thank you for the gifts. This is our ambition, our motivation, and our trigger. And it being in Cancer, it gets a little debilitated here, y'all. Mars don't really like to be in Cancer Zodiac, so our mindset on our solar plexus chakra, it could be a little stagnant and getting the motivation in. This is where like a lot of intrusive thoughts can get. Do you do charts? I need one done. I do. So if you would like a chart read, feel free to message me. I got you. I'll show you my menu. Right now, I am doing love readings to prepare people for Venusian energy, for the Valentine's Day. So if you guys are interested in receiving a love reading, feel free to message me about that too. But I do overall chart readings on the tropical, Vedic, Draconic, whether natal or progressive. Thank you for following me. Appreciate it. Pluto also enters Draconic Aquarius today at 7 a.m. too. So Pluto, our soul experience was our planet of transformation, death, and rebirth, is now in that big air energy of being one with all, societal energy. So wanting to find your spirit tribe, less like more like less one-on-one spirituality collection connections, and more like, bro, we need to get into, how they say like all trees are rooted to, and all the roots in the trees are rooted together, like they're all connected in the soil. That's how all of our celestial roots are. All of our spirits are, one. I'm saying? That's how we come into the one when we get into our auric self. So, having transformation and feeling more empowered by that auric connection is something that we'll experience more with Pluto entering Draconic Aquarius. Okay. Um, and so is that the whole astrological report? Yeah, it is. So let's get into, I want to get more into the calendar with you guys. We're going to go into the month of TB, which this is the Kemetic month of the year. The season is Peret, which is the season of emergence and growth. In the Kemetic calendar, you have 3 seasons. Each season gets 4 months. Each month gets 30 days, and the 30 days are divided into decans, which is 10 days. So they have 10-day weeks. Right now, we are in the first decan of the month. This is the decan of creation, taking initiative, that Ogun Aries energy, that Keter's Aquarius energy. Okay. This goes on from late December to late January. The ruling deity is Isis, which is the goddess of fertility and magic. And the characteristics is beginning of the planting season as the water levels recede, making the transition into inundation to growth. And so we are in the month of Tevet um, on the Hebrew calendar, and Tevet means good. This goes from December to January. The key holidays are the 10th of Tevet, which is in a few days. This is a fast day commemorating the siege of Jerusalem by Nebuchadnezzar. Um, the Tevet is the month of contemplation and reflection. It marks the siege of Jerusalem, right? Leading to the eventual destruction of the first temple. And despite its association with hardship, it also holds the potential for spiritual growth and repentance. So the energies here is hardship, reflection, and growth. So that's a big vibe here during this month of Tevet. Getting into the planetary forecast of things, I want to read off. I do the West African horoscope. I also do the Native American horoscope on like a monthly, they have their monthly horoscope situation. So as soon as my page loads up, we'll get to it. I do know that we are in the energy of the Baobab, which goes from January 4th to February 3rd. This is being firm, stable, strong, invincible, having the resources to conquer, resist, resilience, self confidence, integrity, honesty, reflection, and cleverness, live in a well structured and prosperous life. Native American horoscope, we're in the energy of the snow goose, which is the turtle clan. This is water energy, being self confident and teaching those around you, finding balance and adapting to your environment, and needing to find integrity to boost self esteem is heavier. We are in the year of gold when it comes to. Oh, wait, rewind. As far as getting into the Kemetic calendar, we are in the energy of the Nile, which started January 1st and will be going on till January 17th. This is the energy being intuitive, logical, peaceful, practical, and influenced by your passions, being wise and observant. Now we get into the year of gold, being in the year of nine, which is how alchemy is set up. They align the elements or the metals to the numbers. So this is the year being passionate, interesting, and faithful, attracting many people, being generous, kind, lose and lost, and regaining your lost lasting relationships, lots of luxuries and spending money, ambition and willpower are keys here. We still are in the year of the wood dragon until January 29th, when we have our next new moon. um, the lunar new moon is determined by the second new moon after the solstice. Okay. And this brings on the energy being still in the wood dragon. We are still in the space of being powerful, lucky, making good sense of our environment, and having an intuitive sense of timing, so success will not be difficult to attain. And use this last little bit of the wood dragon energy, because when we get into the snake, it's not going to be a time for impulsiveness. It's not impulsiveness, which can be a tug of war between being in that energy of Sagittarius on, numerology and all that, and then being over here in the wood snake energy that's calling on us to like chill out, slow down, be methodical, plan things out, don't just hop into stuff. So having that balance on that would do you well. um what did I do? I did the months, and so now we're going to get into the weeks. We are in the week of Yam Shlishi, which is the third day, ruled by Mars, and the which is page 95 in the Hebrew calendar. Okay, so the Hebrew calendar, this day means third day. The spiritual significance is on the third day, God gathered the waters and called dry land to appear, which was from Genesis 1:9 to 13. And it's also when vegetation begins to grow. It is a day associated with growth and nourishment. This day is considered a day of blessing because it is the only day in creation where two blessings are mentioned. Genesis 1:12 to 13. It symbolizes abundance, growth, and the fertility of the earth. Yom Shlishi, which is Tuesday, is growth, abundance, and nourishment. So that's it in the Hebrew calendar. In the Hindu calendar, we're on the day of Mangalvar, excuse me. Um, Lord Anuman and Lord Mars are the deities here. These are the devotees of Lord Rama, also venerate him to this day. Characteristics is the monkey god, is Lord Anuman, and this is the symbol of strength, devotion, and courage. He is also the remover of obstacles and is associated with physical and mental resilience. Mars, the planet of energy, action, and aggression, align with Lord Anuman's qualities. Associated activities: Tuesdays are regarded as special days for offering prayers to Lord Anuman, particularly to seek strength, victory, and the removal of obstacles. So while you guys' mindsets is on that Capricorn energy, the challenges, the obstacles, you guys can call and learn a little bit about this deity, this Hindu deity that rules over Tuesdays, that kind of helps clear out those obstacles. For those of you guys who like to get into angelics, there are angelics to call on to remove your obstacles. For those of you guys who like to get into the daemons, there are daemons out there that you can call on to remove your obstacles. It's up to you. It's your world. This is why I do everything at once. Devotees also perform Anuman Chalisa recitations or visit the Anuman temples. It is believed that fasting on Tuesday can bring good fortune and courage, which makes sense because Tuesday is Mars, which ruled by the gut. So to make your manifestations without putting, different things in the gut, especially because majority of stuff that we put in our gut is harmful to our gut health, I think that would be a good decision to make. Okay, so that's what we have there for the Hebrew and the Hindu week. We talked about the comedic week, and so let's get into the other parts of it being Tuesday. So we're dealing with the solar plexus chakra, which is the Manipura today. City of Jewels is what that means. We're dealing with the upper abdomen or the middle back. This is the energy of willpower, power, self expression, self esteem, courage, confidence, energy. The globe is the image. You know, if you want to manifest and breathe and try to activate that chakra, you want to visualize the globe. Thank you for hitting the hearts for me and for tapping in. I really appreciate y'all. The C note, if you guys want to listen to sounds today, the C note, the vowel sound, UUH. 528 hertz is the frequency for today. Yellow from 590 to 560 nm is the shades of yellow to wear today. And the hikaus for today is Ram, RAM, or Hling, which is HLRING. So Hring Ram. Those are the calls to we're meditating. And when we're in this Ogun energy, this is the vibe of Herakuhudi, which is the enforcement of law, courage, fearlessness, the fifth sphere or Sephiroth, the enforcement of celestial government administration. And when we are dealing with the Kabbalah, we're dealing with Jabora, which is the throat chakra. Um, Severity is here. This is where we get the restriction and stuff. So we have gone over the months on the Kemetic, the Hindu, the Western, and the Hebrew calendars. Okay, we have gone through the today's mathematics. We have gone through the astrological astronomical update. So let's get to the planetary hour, y'all. Um, so of course we are still in the hour. Oh, we just entered the hour of one. Okay, say that. So let's go back. When we were from 12 to 1 a.m., we were in the hour of Mars. Okay, so we started the day off at the hour of Mars. Oh yeah, yeah, take notes. And you guys can always hop on my YouTube page where this is being recorded and you can rewind to the beginning and watch it again later on. We start the day off 12 to 1 at Mars. We know that Mars is, one second, page 98. Okay. I got my own little document I made. This represents action, aggression, and energy. And Mars hours are good for assertion, physical activity, and combating obstacles. It's a good time for strengthening your willpower, okay? So the hours of Mars today are 12 a.m. to 1 a.m., 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., and 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Those are the Mars hours we were dealing with our solar plexus chakra energy. And to remind you guys, Mars just entered the Cancer zodiac, so it's a little bit debilitated. So during those hours, might be good time to fast, meditate, try to find some clarity between your third eye and your solar plexus chakra. This is where a lot of doubt can come in, a lot of overthinking come in, intrusive thoughts, jinns can come in, so ideas and thoughts that don't belong to you, to try to push you out of your Mars energy today. Okay, so being aware of that is heavy. Now to remind you on the I don't think that was the Cancer zodiac. I think that was Leo. Mars just entered Leo zodiac. I'm sorry, y'all. I said Cancer mad times. It's the Leo zodiac, which is even better because now it's not debilitated, but it is still in Cancer constellation. So while in your thought process, it's not debilitated. It's still debilitated in your energy exchanges, and and it kind of just entered Cancer zodiac. So still same vibe, especially because we're doing the Hindu chart, which is Vedic, which is the constellations. So don't erase what I said, just add to it. In our mindset, we are in Leo energy, so we feel that confidence and courageousness. We're working on the Capricorn energy, and we're asking the angelics and all them to undo the things, but in our energy exchanges, it's still that thing. Okay, so in the hours, because now we're in the hour of 1 a.m., right? So from 1 a.m. to 2 a.m., from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m., and from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m., we are in the energy of the sun, okay? And the sun represents vitality, creativity, and self expression. These hours are good for new ventures, leadership, and activities that require a certain level of confidence. And to remind you guys, the sun is in Capricorn, Sagittarius energy. So we have the challenges in our mindset while our energy exchange is still on that abundance and optimism. Okay. We are in the hours of Venus from 2 a.m. to 3 a.m., 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., and 11 p.m. to 12 a.m. Peace, Greg. How you doing, love? So the Venusian hours are good for love, beauty, and harmony. This is the perfect time for activities involving relationships, beauty, art, and relaxation. It's a good time for romantic activities and aesthetic work. So you can go ahead and send that "Hey Boo" text at 2 a.m. Okay. You can send the "Good morning" text at 9 a.m. How's your day going at 4 and at 11 at night? How was your day? Let's have a little conversation. Can I call you? Can we go to bed on the phone together? You hear me? So that's Venus. And to remind you guys, Venus is over here in Pisces energy on the tropical chart. So in our mindset, we're under that space of imagination. Imagine, yeah, work out at 8 a.m. You got it. Working on our imagination on what it is we want to manifest in the realms of love and abundance. Okay. Um, and the constellations, the actual energy exchanges, Venus is still in Aquarius. So being rebellious, unique, and original when it comes to how you make the money. And so conventional ways right now aren't really doing too well in trying to obtain money and wealth. Electronic communication is big right now because that's what Aquarius rules over in our energy exchanges. Okay. Now Mercury rules the hours of 3 a.m. to 4 a.m., 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., 5 p.m. to 6 p.m., and then tomorrow's Wednesday, so the hour is 12 a.m. You know what I'm saying? We start tomorrow at Mercury. Okay, so you get a little head start for my favorite day of the week, the day of Eshu, Ashe. And so this is a good time for communication, intellect, and business, uh, learning, writing, traveling, or anything requiring communication and trade. So business moves, y'all want to sit on, some of y'all do day trading or whatever, that 3 a.m. trade, that 3 a.m. trade, don't sleep on that. That's great for UJ, USD JPY, or JPY USD, or or the British pound in a US dollar, or the Canadian. Yeah, 3 a.m. That's the hour, okay? So y'all pay attention to that. Then 10 a.m. usually closing out our shit anyway. Um, the moon, 4 a.m. to 5 a.m., 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., and 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. are our hours of the moon today. This represents emotion, intuition, and nurturing. The moon's hours are great for emotional work, home life, and activities that require compassion and reflection. We only have 3 hours of the moon today, so that's pretty cool. All the other majority of the other numbers we get four. Got a little sore throat. It's been going around a lot of people at work. That's interesting. Hear you talk about the energy of different hours. Yeah, I've been expanding. Come with me. Okay. And to remind you guys that the moon is in Aries on the tropical, our thought process, new beginnings, to our third eye energy, being motivated and ambitious, and the energy exchanges or the actual events, the moon is in Pisces. So living in our visualizations might happen today. Ooh, act on some stuff. Act on your delusions. I'm talking to myself. I'm going to act on my delusions. Am I? I don't know. We don't know yet. I really don't be doing shit. Anyway, so the hours for Saturn, that's 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. That's 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. And that's 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., right? And Saturn rules over discipline, structure, and limitations. These hours are best for hard work, focus, and long-term planning. It's a good time for serious reflection or working on structures in your life. So those are a good time to work on that. Now, when we get into the Saturn energy, Saturn is in Pisces on our thought process. So, our thought process challenges coming to the things that we envision, or again, work on the self-doubt, work on the intrusive thoughts. Hey, 2 3, work on those different gens that come in and say you can't have this, you can't have that, that's not going to work out. Da-da-da. Be the lulu boo boo. um and just remember the energy exchanges of Saturn is in Aquarius. So society, how your interaction with society and electronic communication and being original and all that stuff like that, that is what's being affected, in your energy exchanges. Now Jupiter's hours are from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., and 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. And so Jupiter rules over our expansion, abundance, and wisdom. These hours are excellent for growth, study, and long-term planning, and they could be good for optimism and generosity. What's your YT? I don't see it in your bio. Oh, lesnobodies. LES Nobodies. 1465 is the number that they have on the end of it. Hey V's, how you doing, love? And Jupiter right now is sitting in Gemini on our thought process. So a lot of expansion and abundance and optimism when it comes to community and communication, our focus, things of that nature. And our energy exchanges, Jupiter is over there in Taurus. So still giving us that expansion and abundance in our Taurus, what we value, what we prioritize. Hey Tony, spaces of wealth and love is heavy here. So the hours of, and that's it. We made it through the planetary hours. Cool. So yeah, we done went through today's mathematics, through astrology, numerology, the Kabbalah, and the Netarus. We have gone over the astrological astronomical update through the tropical draconic and the Vedic charts. We have gone over the calendar on the Kemetic, the Hebrew, the Hindu, and the Western calendars, for the month and the week and the day. And so I think you guys are I think you guys got it. I think we got it here. Okay. You guys are all prepared. For those of you guys just coming in, go on and head over to YouTube. As soon as I exit out of this, I think it starts uploading it or something like that. I also have a 2025 recap over there too. You guys can, I did a whole pregame for y'all for the year 2025 on astrology and numerology. Gave y'all game on the eclipses we got this year, as well as the retrograde. So y'all can check out that video as well. Reach out to me if you would like a personal reading. I do astrology charts and I also do numerology charts. I also do therapy sessions that are centered around your astro chakra healing, or just counseling sessions. If you guys don't want to include the astrology or the numerology, I'm here for that too. We can do stages of development, psychology background with it. And so that's what I got for you today, my Cosmo Nobodies. I appreciate y'all so much. I hope y'all enjoy this beautiful day of Ogun and take action on the things that you want. All right. And we going to exit. I made good time this time.